Test.
Hey Brixheads, Scott with 36 Brix here, and this is my city. Let's check it out.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody is doing awesome. I am doing good. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody. Sorry, just wanted to make sure that you guys were hearing me. As always, it tends to happen where I go to boot up my system and lo and behold, OBS wants me to update. So it's always that fun time where I have to scramble because OBS wants to update, and I've got, I want to make sure it's updated just in case there's issues or anything. I have skipped, as Mike's saying, I have skipped updates in the past, and that has bitten me in the butt sometimes. So I try to do them all the time and get them done. So before I get started, I want to issue some points. Matt is in the house. Welcome. Mike, popped in first, so thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Hope you are doing well. Hope you guys are gearing up for a fantastic weekend. Matt, man, you are scoring some points, dude. Okay. And then Manny doesn't live in the U.S. Sweet. Okay. So, Manny, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Mike, the same thing. Matt, of course, as always, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Were you too early? No. So I have my intro, which I need to update. Once I get my city kind of back into place, I will be updating it. My day just started. It's 7:40 a.m. I have been live streaming early, just because of the heat. Like right now, it's 80 degrees out, and it's 7:40 in the morning. So, this is what I keep looking off to this side of the camera because I decided to put this up. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it was a little thing that my wife kind of made. So it's like right here. So it's right there. Let me see. Ooh, Mike says, I am having to redo a lot of work in Studio as Windows decided to do an update last night that broke Studio. So now I get to redo Soundwave's head, arms, and leg that I have done leg that I have had done last night. That sucks. I'm sorry, dude. I'm trying to figure out for Stud.io mosaics. I'm having difficulty with mosaics. So what I'm not I know Matt was like, oh, fuck, we're gonna talk about a lug. But real quick, so my lug, the HD lug, we we're wanting to do essentially a community project that is a mosaic. And essentially what we're doing is when people come up, they can get the plate. Lurks for lug talk. No. I'm not talking necessarily about the lug. I'm talking about what we're doing. So bear with me, Matt. But essentially, we give out a 16 by 16 brick. It's the Technic. It has a plate, but then it's surrounded by Technic bricks. And so we give that out along with the instructions, and the studs are all laid out, and they just come up and and essentially do a section of an overall bigger mosaic. And the issue is that we're looking at, there's a few different opportunities in the community for it, and where we can theme it to, like, if we do, say for example, we do an event at a charity, the charity, we do a design that the charity picks, as long as it's within copyrights or anything like that. So the issue that I'm having, though, is essentially breaking down the cost, because when you pop in the picture in Studio for the mosaic, it looks like shit. I don't know how else to put it. It looks like crap, and so it doesn't look good. And when I try to tweak the stats, or like the image, like what is it called? The coloring and all of that, it just looks worse. Like when you change the saturation and you change this and that and the hue, and when you start changing those things, it just actually makes it look a lot worse. And so I'm having a problem there. But then the cost. So when you when you punch it into the mosaic mode, it doesn't, like, it has you do, like, it does the plates on the background instead of those brick pieces. And I'd rather do those brick pieces, but I don't know how to switch it because it's an AI generation. So that is a little bothersome. But just the overall cost, I mean, you have to go, in order for the image, like, the bigger you go, the better the image looks. So, like, it's crazy because if I just put in a picture of my face, in addition to my face looking like crap, the picture looks like crap. And then, like, but the bigger you go, the better it looks. And then on top of that, obviously the bigger you go, the more expensive it is. So, like, we're looking at, is the quality down? Oh, there it goes. So once you start really getting into, like, okay, well, if you do a 10 by 10 square, okay, that's 100 of those base plates. Those brick plates are run about $350 a pop. Well, that's $350 for just the plates, not including the studs. And then when you punch everything into the mosaic mode, it actually gives you, like, what the potential cost would be, and I assume not including shipping, but or tax. And it's like some of these are like $5,000. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell? So I'm having a little bit of difficulty with that. But, you know, I'll figure it out and see if it's something that is feasible or not. Did I lose everybody? Did I did I lose everybody? Lose everybody? That's funny. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And it should be a lot of fun. But I mean, we'll see. Looks like this. Oh, the little creature. Did you watch the new Superman movie? I went to it as Date. Date was fun. Nice. Sounds like you had a good time. No, I didn't go to the Superman movie. I usually, I haven't been going to the movies a lot lately unless it's really, really worth it, because movies have been exceptionally expensive lately. Correct. Well, the ITR depends on the part. Some, what's ITR? Some parts are rare, so cost more, and studio, hold on. Uses the high cost for most parts, will be cheaper once you upload to Bricklink. Okay, well, that makes me feel good. Maybe, Mike, maybe it's an opportunity if you have some time. Not sure when, but maybe we can sit down and do like a Discord video chat or something and discuss to see what I can do to change things and kind of show you what I'm talking about, because I know you're pretty good at that stuff. It is a typo. Oh, okay. Well, correct. Well, it depends on the part. Yeah, I mean, I understand it depends on the part for the color. So, like, it gives you the option of doing, like, what's it called? It gives you the option of, like, 1x1 round plate, 1x1 square plate, 1x1 round tile, 1x1 round or square tile, 1x1 brick. I think those are all of the options. So, like, you can click through and see what's cheaper. Sometimes bricks are cheaper than plates or tiles, which is fucking nuts. I'm sorry, that's like crazy to me that a brick, like a 1x1 brick, is cheaper than a 1x1 square tile or square plate. Like, that just seems nuts to me. But of course, it's supply and demand. You know, some colors there's no supply, so the price goes up. Some colors, like, or shades, because white, black, and gray are not colors, they're shades. White is an abundance of color, black is the lack thereof of color, and then gray is a shade of either. But ask Greg, hold on. Ask Greg sometime about the $35 blue rubber band. Watch what happens with that. Yeah, that's kind of that's what I'm worried about too, is like, so as you guys know, and some of you already know, I've been working on the monorail. I ended up getting the battery or the motor cover from, what was it called? Oh, the airport shuttle set, thinking that I needed it. And lo and behold, I spent like $57 on that damn part, and I didn't need it. And it's not like I can return it, because one, I realized this months after the fact, but potentially more than that. But I mean, it's just sitting there, so it's like I don't know what to do with it. I know a couple people that have Bricklink stores, and I may try to see if they're interested in selling it, even if I can get a partial money back. Yeah, and also there are a lot of people doing mosaics now, so the demand for those tiles is high. Absolutely, like, exactly. The rule of supply and demand, right? So, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at. So yeah, that's where we're at. Now, before I get into the build, today is my daughter's birthday. My oldest baby turns 15. She's still out cold. She's hard at work, or been working very, very hard to do summer school. She's doing history during summer school, because she doesn't like history and she just wants to get it done and over with. I told her, well, it is going to be harder. But so anyway, she's doing history right now, and she is a little bit behind. It's like they gave her the books, because it's like, how they work summer school is her school doesn't allow kids to get ahead for summer school. They want summer school to be a tool to get caught up. So all the kids that want to get ahead for summer school, they basically have them go to this other, it's not an online class, but she has to go in like twice a week, and that's it. And they give her a handful of these books and say, these books need to be done by this date. So they had her go through an orientation, and they gave her like 4 books, and she's like, okay. But the class didn't start for 2 weeks after this orientation. So she's like, okay, well, I have time. Well, it turned out that she was actually supposed to get those done before school even started, which is dumb. But nevertheless, so she's working her way to get caught up, because she goes in twice a week, and essentially each book is like a chapter test, and every time she goes in, she's got to take that test, or she's a little bit behind. So she's not far behind. She got caught up really quickly, and she'll be able to get caught up. But she's been working really hard at trying to, rock this out and get good grades and all of that kind of fun stuff. And our hope is that she graduates high school with not only her diploma, but her AA. Not sure if that's going to exactly happen, but we're going to try. And even if it doesn't happen, it still puts her in a good position to where she'll have a good chunk of credits going into college, or at least to JC. So that's our goal. So she's turning 15 and she's already, gearing up to take driving lessons and all that jazz. And yeah, I know, Matt, I'm getting old. But I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, and then my youngest isn't too far off. She's going to be starting 8th grade. And then next year, the following year, she'll be in high school. So, and we're kind of hoping the same for her. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. She's got some issues, but yeah. Hey, Dave, Mapping the Mile. How's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Get you a point. Don't feel bad. My older one is a senior this year. Yep, doing good. And that's the thing. Like, but it's funny because I mean, my daughter is turns 15 this year or today. Technically, she doesn't turn 15 until 10 o'clock tonight, but nevertheless, today's her birthday. And actually, today is my sister-in-law's birthday as well. So happy birthday to Melissa. If Carl shows up, I'll tell him to tell her happy birthday. But it's a bit crazy because a lot of my friends in from high school, their kids are all like in their 20s. They had, like, some of them had kids in high school. And then, I mean, because Rebecca was born, I mean, obviously 15 years ago. I turned 45 this year. So I was 30 when we had Rebecca. God, that fucking makes me feel even older. So, like, some of my friends, I mean, they had kids at 25, they had kids at 23, they had kids at 21, at 20. So their kids are already like adults and well into adulthood. So yeah. But it is what it is. So Rebecca, baby girl, I know you're not watching because you're out cold. Happy birthday. I love you. Happy birthday, Mel. And so that's enough of that. Let's get into the build. So for those of you, yeah, I have a friend from high school who has a daughter that's pushing 30. Yeah, I mean, so one of our friends in high school, Adrian Valenzuela, unfortunately, he passed away our senior year, in a car accident. He was working because he had a daughter. She was 1 year old. And I can't even remember her name, but it was crazy because he passed away in the car accident. It was May of our senior year, so March of our senior year. So season was, baseball season was up and going, and he ended up passing away in a car accident, leaving her behind. And I mean, I've become friends with her and his family on social media because she reached out on She reached out on social media, trying to get the baseball guys to reunite, and it's just crazy how she's been grown up, and now she's, what is she? I graduated in 99. So she must have been born in 98. So I mean, she's 27 years old now. So it's kind of crazy. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit crazy. I saw the message, Matt. I know you're stepping away. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in a minute. So let's get to the build and the clusterfuck of what I did. So for those of you that were here last time, you guys, or we were building this bridge out and it wasn't coming together. And I couldn't understand why. It felt like it was one stud off. The part, like the bridge was coming together, but it felt like it was like pulling, right? It was creating tension on the parts. And you guys know, even though this is a Bricklink Designer program set, you guys know that, like, they're not about putting tension on the parts. So I'm going through it. I ended up the last part of the live stream last time. I rebuilt this thing like twice, and it just wasn't coming together. And then I was looking, and I realized, and if you look at the pictures on Instagram that I posted, I was one stud off on this entire side platform. One stud the entire time. So I ended up having to take the time to actually take this entire platform apart and rebuild it. So I had to do that. And then, so it didn't take me that long. I was able to pop off a good chunk of it and then pop it back on. But nevertheless, it was still kind of a pain. And it really, really sucked to have to do that. So, that was fun, to say the least. So yeah. Sorry. So fixed that. So now we are going to be getting back into the build. We are on bag 12, and I need 2 of these 1x16 bricks. Plus, it looks like 2 bag 12s. So we will see how this all turns out and go from there. So I didn't turn on any music. Make sure that you guys aren't hearing anything. You guys can't hear the music, right? Okay. So that was fun. And I've been working on quite a bit. If you guys have been following my Instagram and YouTube channel, you guys have kind of seen that behind the scenes, I've been rocking out a good chunk of the of my like old Mocs that I started, and like I'm going back to finish those. And I know some people are going to be like, well, why not just finish those on stream? And it's mainly just because it's kind of I want to get them done and complete. And so being able to just, rock those out and get those done, it gives me time to do other things and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's why I haven't been doing those on stream. Because like with Mocs specifically, or specialty, I can't even talk. Specifically with Mocs, it takes a long time, even though I've gotten 4 quite a bit done as far as my my organization. It still takes a lot of time to just build a mock without having any kind of instructions or anything like that. So, I mean, it takes me a long time now to build sets. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm not going to build. Geez, I can't even talk. I'm not saying I'm not going to build mocks online or during streams. I'm just saying I was trying to get caught up on some of the older builds because I promised that. Where is the piece? But yeah, at the beginning of this year, I made a promise. There it is. I made a promise to, finish a lot of the builds, and I'm trying to live up to that promise. Same with live streaming. I made a promise to stream consistently, and hopefully I've been living up to that promise. I know I have been live streaming early because of the heat. Because, like I said, it's already 80 degrees in the garage, here in the garage. But I have still been making it a point to make sure that I live stream on Wednesdays. And if I don't, then I make it up where I bump it to Friday or something like that. So, and I do understand that once I get a full-time position, that will change. But yeah, so that's kind of what the gist is. Hey, G Monkey, how's it going? We got you a point. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. How's it going? I hope you are gearing up for a fabulous weekend. Not sure if you have any plans. Where'd it go? But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on with me. We do have plans to go out to dinner. My daughter chose Black Angus, so we're gonna have some steaks. And it's tonight. We'll start a fight. Let's take me right, baby. Come on. I'm dreaming of sleep. You were good for me. So when something can't make it. Ooh, what is? Oh, I'm like, ooh, what is that piece? And it's two pieces together. So yeah. And if you're not following me on Instagram, don't hesitate. Don't be scared. Pop over to 36 Brix. It's with it's 36 BRIXS. And check out my builds. Like I said, I've been finishing up a lot of mocks that I started working on, last year before. And I'm really enjoying that process of just kind of relaxing. And then once like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I will be doing after this build, but but I do plan on mocking this out or modifying this. I don't really consider it a mock. I consider it more of a mod, but because I really won't be changing much about it other than adding the track for the monorail. And let me know, can you guys hear the music? I just want to make sure I'm not, like, gonna have an issue with copyrights or anything. Nope, no music on this end. Sweet. And I need to start planning our trip. So I kind of mentioned it. I know it's Matt's not here, so we can talk about lug stuff. But we're doing a Lego store tour the first weekend of August, and so I'm really excited about it. I haven't actually done any Lego shopping in a while, and so this will be my opportunity. Kind of been saving up for it, and hopefully our goal is to buy a bunch of parts off the pab wall, but we will kind of see what comes of it because it just kind of depends on what's on the pab wall. And but if I don't purchase a lot off the pab wall, then oh, uh um then there are some sets that I want because we still haven't gotten crap. We haven't gotten Hocus Pocus, and Hocus Pocus retires this year. I think they said Haunted Mansion is retiring this, or not Haunted Mansion. The um, Xavier School is retiring. The Vegas store did have a good wall the last time I was there, like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, the Vegas wall typically has a really good selection now. And the reason why is because Brian is in charge of it, and Brian is he is the president of Lug Vegas, so it's like he does connect with members and go, "Hey, what are you guys looking for?" He does talk to people who come into the store that um, that go to the pab wall, and he asks, "Hey, are there parts that maybe I can order that you might be into?" He's very proactive, which a lot of the stores are not. So shout out to him. Hold on. And Dave, I don't know if you know this, but there's now actually 2 stores in Vegas. There's the fashion. It's one at the mall on the strip. It's fashion something. It's not Fashion Valley. It's fashion something mall. It's right there on the strip on I think Tropicana or something like that. Anyway, so there's that store, and then there's now also one way off the strip. It's technically in Summerlin, but it's still not too far. Summerlin is like southeast Vegas, and there's a store there too. That's awesome. After seeing the dark Azu 1x3s pop up, I asked about them at my store, and the manager was awesome enough to order those for me, and they had them a couple weeks later. I was a Fashion Place store. I was at the Fashion Place store. Yeah. One more. Sorry, this part is kind of detailed, and it's a lot of 1x1s, and I don't want to jack up my hands. Okay, so we have that. Oh. So we have that one. All right, now I have to build the second one. It's a little, like I said, it's hard to see, but so yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you have a good staff and whoever's running it, like, that's what they should be doing. So I personally think whoever's running the, hey, Jay, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And thank you for commenting on my Instagram stuff and liking them and stuff. So Titanium J at 4. But yeah, so if you have a good store manager or assistant manager, whoever's running the I'm doing okay, how are you? I'm good. But if you have a good store manager that's running the pab wall, they should be like talking to whoever comes in that is looking at the pab wall, and it's easy to figure out who these people are. They're usually the ones that get an entire box of the same part, or they don't get the normal parts, because a lot of people don't realize the pab wall is a rule of thirds system. So you have 1/3 parts for kids, 1/3 parts for adults, and then 1/3 parts for seasonal stuff. And the seasonal stuff, if there's nothing seasonal, then they just order random parts. They could be for kids, they could be for adults. It's just random. So a good store manager, part wall manager, will actually reach out to the community and go, hey, what do you guys want? And my home store is Ontario, California. And we used to have a good manager that was in charge of that, Dolores. And she would ask me, she'd be like, dude, what do you want? Like, what does the community want? And I'm like, I always would say, dude, masonry bricks, if you get masonry bricks in, you're always going to sell out. And she's like, okay. So she would always make sure if she can order masonry bricks, she would order them. And she was like, well, what else? And I said, trans blue tiles. And she's like, really? And I said, tiles, plates, like, people love the ocean. Hence why there's so much white and orange during Christmas and fall. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, people are always looking for trans blue pieces, whether it's 1x1 plates, 1x1 tiles, 1x2 tiles, 1x2 plates, bricks. They're always looking for trans blue pieces like that because they want to fill their oceans. And she's like, good to know. And I said, and then if you can, like, 1x2 dark bluish gray tiles, people are always looking for those because those, they line their streets or their sidewalks. If you can get 1x2 or 2x2s, those are a must. Need to bring back trans dark blue again. Yeah. So I would always tell her, I'm like, if you can get those parts, you will always do well. And I've told her, and she goes, well, is there anything that you're looking for? And I'm like, to be honest, those. But I also told her, and I've always lived up to that promise. I've told her, if I ever ask for an individual part, I'm not just asking for myself. I'm asking for the community because I feel like the community is looking for that part. That part. I'm never going to order like a trans neon um and masonry bricks. I'll fill up a box even if I don't need them right now. Ads. Yeah. Like those, I will, when I asked for parts, I would always ask for parts that I knew for me, if I went in and, because it was cups at the time, I would buy 6 cups. And I would tell her, if I ever asked for an individual part and you can get it in, I will, like, I want a minimum of 6 cups, which is essentially a case of parts. Okay? And I would always tell her, if that part sits on the wall for more than a week, please let me know. I will come in and I will buy the rest of the parts. That is my promise. Because I didn't want her thinking, oh, I'm just ordering for myself. So, or what I would tell her is, hey, give it a week. If it doesn't sell out, let me know. I'll start posting on social media if I can. And then if it still doesn't sell out in the next week, then I will buy out the parts. I've been one to get more masonry, even if I don't really need it, just cause. And then G Monkey said, yeah, and masonry bricks, I'll fill a box even if I don't need them right now. Exactly. Same at Brooks. It's only been the last couple months I've dialed back on masonry. I just have so much of it now. Right. But I mean, you can never have too many masonry bricks. Especially it depends on how you're using them. Because that's the great part. If you do a modular mill system for your roads, you can turn them on their side and you can have light bluish gray or dark bluish gray masonry brick roads. And they look amazing. It's just you need a shit ton of masonry bricks for them. That's because you need to get back to city work, right? So I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. So, but when she left, like, the people don't care, unfortunately. I mean, if you guys have been watching my YouTube channels, the last time I went into my home store, I was treated like crap. I mean, nobody was in the store, and if I was asking questions, they were just like, what? They didn't have anything good on the pad wall, nor did they really care about it. You could tell that, whoever was ordering the parts was just ordering whatever. I mean, most people do not want, reds and green, or reds and yellows and oranges, and, it's very rare that they want those parts. Well, that's because they have a sign about you up in the back room, Scott. Yeah, that's probably the case. Resident asshole. And I'm fine with that. I can be the resident asshole. It's cool. They probably should know stuff. Oh, it's only only see me. So much. A couple of them do know me though. because I've talked to them quite a bit. There are some people that have been with the store for a long period of time, and I used to display at the store when I was in that lug. Sorry, Matt. When I was in that specific lug, they would ask me to display, and I was one of the only ones that would display in the store. But because I'm no longer in that specific lug, I stopped displaying. In fact, the lug has stopped displaying. Like, nobody displays. I'm thinking of making a tower for the next Brick World. Just got to decide if 2 or 3 base plates wide and how tall. I'd think a minimum of 6 floors for a skyscraper. Depends on how tall the floors are. Are you doing 8 stud floors? Are you doing 10 stud floors? I think I may have to redesign my Daily Bugle. For those of you that have known me for a while, my Daily Bugle has the monorail that goes through it via the old roller coaster track. But I think it might be too tall. My radio station tower is 8 floors. But what, go for 10 floors? Dave is saying. I mean, that's the thing. It depends. I mean, because when you're talking about Brick World, you got to go big. That's the hard part. And it's because everybody's going big. I think my abandoned tower is 5 right now. Okay. It's only half a base plate though. Whatever the standard modular floor is, probably around 8 bricks. High, minimum. Yeah, they're between 8 and 10. Usually the floors are like the first floors are 10, and then the second and going forward after that is 8. Typically, not all the time, and not necessarily. They're trying to encourage any and all to bring whatever they want, no matter how large or small. That was something I took from Mark's message at Keynote. Mark? Yeah, I don't know who was at Keynote, so I don't know who Mark is. The guy who runs Brickworld. Ah, okay. I'm sure they try to focus on the trends a little bit. Mark Larson, the owner of Brickworld. Gotcha. I'm doing both sides. I don't know that that's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I think I am. Because it only has me do one side at this point. So I'm jumping ahead. Hopefully I'm not screwing it up. But I'm probably screwing it up. I bought the Wednesday dorm room to turn it into a penthouse. The penthouse is kind of cool, but I mean the one thing that I want for sure is oh no, I didn't mess it up. I want those gargoyles. I want some of those gargoyles, man. Those gargoyles. Have you built it? So my ski shop mod that I did, I originally had 7 or 8 brick tall floors, but then it looked tiny in the city display at a couple years ago. Went to 9 and 10 bricks, and it did make it fit in better at the lugs display the next year. Yeah, it also depends on the building. Because some buildings you have to go more because you're adding so much detail that you just have to have the ability to add that detail. And that becomes somewhat somewhat difficult. So that's why I said it depends on the build. It really does. It just depends on that build. Okay, so I did do it right. So that goes to there. And then now we're doing the other side, which I already did. So skip ahead. I went too far ahead. Shit. Oh, no, I didn't. Looking at the wrong damn parts. Skip ahead. Okay. So now we're back. Yep, I placed an order for about 20 of the gargoyles. Kind of expensive, but I needed them. Yeah, those gargoyles look awesome. Oh, I might have to get some of those too. Also, like the idea of using Technic screw pieces as a column. Ooh. Are you talking about the... I know what the... I know what the screw is called, but I can't remember what it's called. But that's a neat idea. I haven't looked at the... I know what you're talking about, though, because they use those screws in GBCs. Oh, crap, it's one down. Are those stickers on the front of the building? The snake, fishtail, bat, wolf? Probably. There's a lot of stickers in IP. There has to be. It's kind of difficult for there not to be stickers in IP. Never mind, I see a bigger image. Looks like they are. Yeah, so a lot of times what happens with IP, there's an IP manager or product manager on the opposite side of Lego. So, like, if Warner Brothers wanted something done, or wanted Lego to do something, what they would have is they'd have a rep from Warner Brothers, and then they'd have a rep from, or designer or team from Lego. So what ends up happening is, a lot of times the IP side, so say Warner Brothers in this, for my example, they take longer to approve. So the stickers, a lot of times the stickers end up last on the list. And they just shoot. But yeah, so it takes longer for those designs to get approved. So what they end up doing is Lego will start they'll get the design done and all of that stuff, and then they'll leave the stickers for last because it takes the longest to approve. Because sometimes the designs of the sticker are created by whoever the IP is owned by. So they'll just start producing the set, and then they'll make it a point to add the stickers in at a later time. Yep, those will probably make it into a castle cemetery mock. That is if I ever get to it. Damn it. Now I kind of want that set, but who knows how long it would sit in the backlog before I built it, right? You're supposed to be I mean, I haven't been building or buying a lot of sets just because I haven't had the funding. But I have been saving up. Well, in some instances, yeah, I have had the funding. It's just been I've chosen to use that funding for other stuff. Like I've said, I've been working on my monorail, so I've needed the funding instead of using my normal funding for sets. I've been using that funding the um, for the monorail stuff. Same with I've been working on lighting my builds. If you've been following me on YouTube, watching those. If you've been watching Instagram or checking out Instagram, I've been posting pictures of the builds lit. So I've been choosing to use those funds to get the lighting because, I mean, it's really, really expensive. I am doing it in an extremely cheap way. In fact, probably the cheapest way that you could do it. But it's still not cheap. So, all right. So this is done. So let me show you kind of what we've accomplished. So we've built this out. We've essentially finished the second tier to the crossover bridge. And now from here, we have to build what looks like the top plate for the roof. And so we don't need this anymore. So I am going to go put this away for now. Anyway, so I've been focusing my funny. Sorry, I was eating quick lunch. No worries. Build, build, build. So I finished that. Now it's on to bag 13. And there's 4 bag 13s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see all those. So 2, 3, 4. I think that's it. Anyway, so I've been focusing on the materials for the monorail. I've been focusing on the parts and materials for lighting my city. So I've been focusing a lot of my funding on that. And then, of course, putting money aside because on August 2nd, the plan is to do the Lego tour and or the Lego store tour for the pad wall. And then most likely the last store we visit, I will probably be buying sets if I have the money. All right, so these are all Technic pins. So we're going to move these over to this side so they don't get lost in the sauce. So, I mean, it's a lot. Like I said, I'm doing it the most cheap and cost-effective way, but it's still not cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes. Cheap, 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 cheap. Do you guys know what that is from? Cheap, 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 cheap. These people are coming. Let's deal with this pop life and fade out. Cheap, 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 cheap. Charade. I know it as a Kmart joke from back in the day. That is not the tone. Any other guesses? It is part of a song. It's a, this must be just what to do, things stay the same for you. And it all will need you the same time. And it just one with night. Dancing around the light. I don't run away my way. If I don't get all time. Okay, I'll tell you. It's from Shrek the Musical. When she's singing to Shrek, period. When she's singing, it's like chirp, chirp, chirp. Uh, and it's when it's like her and the bird kind of have a chirp off, and then the bird explodes. It's supposed to be. Oh, wait. I forgot to do this. Oh, it's not free. If I could stay there. Ooh. That's too cool. We can. Anybody gearing up for the August 1st releases? Anything sparking anybody's interest as far as what's coming out? What? I don't understand. Fart heard on stream. Scott, I heard that. What? What are you talking about? I didn't fart. If I farted, I'd claim it. Trust me. Is that... You might be hearing the music. I may have to turn it down. Hold on. I'm just blaming you for random things. No, so, you farted and you're blaming it on me? Jeez. So, that's the thing. I have it the way it shows. So I'm really confused. Yeah, I have it exactly the way it shows, but it's wrong. There's no witnesses here to confirm that. I'm here alone in the office. I have everything aligned, but it's not aligning. I'm so confused. All right, let's backtrack. Wah, wah. Okay, so okay, I'm using the right part there. Okay, it doesn't even look like these pins are supposed to be here. Yeah, so those aren't supposed to be there. Okay. Yeah, okay. So that's on right. Okay, and I put this on. Okay, hold on. May have just found it. Now I farted. There you go. Happy Matt. Okay, I found the issue. So now we're popping this. No shame, dude. Never hold it in. Right? I mean, no internal combustion. I am a human, not a car. In the words of Shrek, better out than in. All right, now we're back on track. Okay, so that gets set aside. And we get one of these. No shame in that game. Oh, I was kind of talking about it before. I mean, because you guys know that I love watching movies. I was kind of talking about it before. No, I have not seen because was it Mia asked? I think it was. Let me. Who asked? Manny. Sorry, Manny had asked if I had seen the new Superman. And no, I'm a bigger Marvel fan than I am DC. But I don't go to the movies a whole lot because it ends up being a situation where it's like you're there way longer than anticipated because they show you and they're starting to change things because they're getting lawsuits filed against them. But like you go in there and there's like 30 minutes of ads and they're not even for like movie. It's not like you're seeing an extra 30 minutes of like movie trailers. So the issue has become one, price. It is like for a family of four, it's like $15 to $20 a ticket. So if you go to like an evening show, it's $20 a ticket. So times four, that's $80. I typically will get a drink. That's like $10 now. And that's if you're not buying the souvenir cup, which I never do. We'll get the souvenir cups for my daughters, or sometimes my wife, depending on what it is, or what promotion or deal they're running. My wife, I have to have a soda. I would prefer candy, but don't have to have it. My wife, on the other hand, she's like, I want popcorn. It's like, all right, you get your popcorn. So when all is said and done, you're spending like $100 at the concessions. Anywhere from $75 to $100 at the concession for a family of four, and then you spent $80 to $100 to get in. And I mean, I have a 75-inch TV on my wall. I don't have a surround sound system. My wife doesn't want it, but our TV is loud enough. So we just end up waiting. Now, if it's something to where like for example, Avatar, we usually do like the whole experience, like the IMAX 3D and all that shit. And it's an amazing experience. Love it. So for that, we will, splurge. Nope. Um, and go. But for the most part, like, we haven't really been going to the movies. It's just it's not worth it. And then like a lot of times they have that it's like 90 days later and it's on streaming anyway. So you might as well just wait the 90 days. You've waited this long to see the movie. So I mean, unless it's something like my family like really wants to see, we don't typically go to the movies anymore. We'll wait until streaming. And it saddens me because like the last couple Marvel movies, like Thunderbolts, and because you guys know I'm a big Marvel guy. Thunderbolts, and Captain America, Brave New World. We didn't go to the theaters, and usually for a Marvel movie, I will go to the theaters. I mean, what are your so G Monkey's chiming in? Would rather wait until watch at home, own food, and can pause for potty. Exactly, exactly. The home viewing experience has just gotten way better. And yeah, you can, if you've got to go to the bathroom, you can pause it and hit up that restroom and come back. And I mean, obviously it starts taking longer to watch a movie, by doing it that way at times, but like we can sit down and be like, okay, we're going to have dinner, we're going to roast a chicken, or we're going to have, spaghetti, we're going to have whatever we choose that night. We are big meat eaters. Like, we have deep freezers, so we will go to like Smart and Final and get like $100, like, I don't know, it's like 20 or 30 pounds of a roast, and then cut it up, or like steaks. Like, we do that. We'll get the big jumbo packs, and then we'll cut it up ourselves. And then we stick them in the deep freezer, and then we'll pull them out when we need to. And we do that for all the meats. So, beef, chicken, pork, when we have sausage, all that kind of fun stuff. So we'll pull that, and we go once every like 3 to 6 months and fill up the deep freezer, and then it lasts us 3 to 6 months. Because usually each one of those gives us about 5 or 6 meals, because we portion it out, 3 pounds per, dinner, and we end up getting like 5 dinners out of it. But then once you add in, 5 meat or beef dinners, 5 chicken dinners, 5 pork dinners, and then you throw in the sausage, like it ends up lasting anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So we'll go every 3 to 6 months and get the meats. And then that way, when we go to the grocery store, all we need is the vegetables. And we've been trying to grow our own vegetables with very little success because of the freaking squirrels. Why are we talking about meats? Oh, we're talking about the movie going experience. And what led us to the meats is the fact that, like, you can go to, like, it's so expensive to go to the movie theaters now. And what we end up doing is just waiting until until it comes to home theater or streaming. But what ends up happening is instead of eating crap at the movie theater, we'll actually sit down and watch the movie during dinner. So, we like meat. Like, so every few months, we will go to like a Smart and Final or Costco, and we will buy like $100 or $200 worth of each meat. So we'll get like $100 to $200 worth of beef, $100 to $200 worth of chicken, steak, or chicken and pork, and like Italian sausage, and stuff like that. And then what ends up happening is it ends up breaking down to like at least 5 meals each. Well, and we only choose one of those meats per week. So out of a 7-day week, 4 of our meals are covered with, again, beef, and we get ground beef too, so that adds to it. So a ground beef meal, so maybe tacos or maybe a meatloaf or something like that. So beef, either roast or steak, pork roast or pork steaks, or chops, and then chicken, whether it's thighs or breasts, sausage, and then what else did I say? Oh, ground meat. So like those 5 meats, right? Ground meat, chicken, pork, regular steak, and sausage. Yeah. So those 5. So, and we get enough to where it's at least about 5 meals. So that's 5 different types of meat every week. The other 2, we do like whatever. It might be cheese quesadillas or something. And we get the big ass blocks of cheese, which are like, $14, and it lasts a month. Well, in our family, it lasts like 2 weeks. But, so we buy in bulk, and then whatever we don't use, we freeze. And so my point is that when instead of going to the theater and spending $200 just walking the door, we'll stay at home. We'll wait the extra 90 days to 3 months, 90 to 180 days for the movie to come out, because we were already waiting, and we'll just watch it on the TV at home. And in our living room, we have a 75-inch TV. So it's we don't have a surround sound system, but it's still a really nice system. And so we'll wait. And the only time we really splurge and go to the movie theaters is if like we have a gift card or something like that, or either family really, like my wife and 2 daughters with my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law did just go to Jurassic Park. And they asked me if I wanted to go, and I didn't, because the previous Jurassic Park movie, Resurgent or whatever it was, it's not Rebirth, but the one before that, the screeching noise was actually bothering me. So it was hurting my ears. So I didn't end up going with them. But they went. They had gift cards, so they went. But even with the gift cards, like, it's a lot of money. So why not just wait until you get home and then go from there, And it gives you the opportunity to pause if you have to go to the bathroom, or, you have your main dinner. So that's why we were talking about meats, is because it breaks down to cost. So, yeah, dude, I still haven't been back to theater since COVID. Wow. I mean, like I said, we'll go when it's like, a movie, like I said, Avatar, we usually splurge on that. Like with Avatar 1 and 2, we went to the IMAX 3D, and it was amazing, and we loved it. It was a great experience, but it's a rarity. I mean, and it's just because it is just so expensive now. I mean, you know, $10 to $15 for a $2 soda. I mean, it's less than a 2 liter. I can just buy a 2 liter if I wanted a soda. But for special occasions, we do it. That reminds me, the last movie in the theater I saw was the OG Jurassic Park at the Symphony. The soundtrack was performed live during the show. That's cool. That is cool. Um, oh. It's okay. We can't wait. Let it go. Me, girl, let me down. Down on the knees. Then we fall. Feels okay. Yeah, the St. Louis Symphony will do that a couple times a year. I think my daughter has seen a couple of the Star Wars movies there and one of the Harry Potters. That's cool. That would be kind of cool to see. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, that's really cool. But see, that's like you know, an individualized special situation. I mean, like one things that I wish they would do again is so during COVID, when COVID hit, the first Christmas, um, Six Flags Magic Mountain did a thing where you could actually drive through the park. And we literally were like, we're doing that. Because we do love a Magic Mountain. We don't go that often because it is expensive, and quite frankly, I can't really fit on the rides. And I'm not going to pay, $100 to get into an amusement park and not be able to ride the rides. I need to get back on working on my weight. I really do. But anyway, so they allowed you to drive through the park. They decorated that. They decorated the park and had all the characters out in designated areas throughout the park, and then they allowed you to drive through the park. And we were like, we're doing that. Like, that is never going to happen again. And it was cheap. It was like, I think it was like 15 to $20 a person or something. I mean, seems kind of much because I mean you were in the park maybe 20 to 30 minutes, but I mean it was a once in a lifetime experience, and we loved it. It was a lot of fun, and but you can't you can't ever experience because they're not going to do it again. So that's a one-time experience. And that was a lot of fun. I would do that too. Yeah, exactly. And we made an event out of it. We went to dinner beforehand and, chilled out at Barnes and Noble because we like doing that. And it was a lot of fun.
just did the video for that song today. Tell us about it.
Really good. Great. My very first video and a lot of fun. I'm waiting for so long. Can't hold it back no more. Creeping up and down now.
How? Oh, this is wrong. Like, it doesn't go that way. And looks like I was supposed to do this. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's those experiences, you know. Okay, I think. Okay. Our Six Flags was doing a turkey trot through the park for a few years. I signed up for that just to see some areas they don't normally let visitors go. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's kind of what we figured was going to happen too. We're like, you know what? We're probably going to see a couple things we normally don't see, but nevertheless, like, it's still, you know, and there's probably stuff that obviously we won't see, but
We love to love, we feel so bad. Maybe one day you will love again. Now forever, until the time you come away. And I tell you,
Might have gotten an age group medal one year if my wife hadn't starved me the night before morning of. Well, if you're anything like me, which it doesn't look like on your via your picture, I mean, I can survive without a meal or two. I got halfway through the race, and my stomach was like, "Feed me now," right? So, with a turkey trot, like, did they have turkey legs for sale? Yeah, he was like, "Feed me some tacos." Nowadays, I probably could, but those years I was a few dozen pounds lighter. Yeah.
I think I just embarrassed running around the areas. Thank you. That embarrassed me myself.
I needed a couple tacos, so that. Unfortunately, no, it was Thanksgiving morning. There were snacks after, but that was too late. And yes, Matt, I needed a couple tacos. What kind of tacos do you like? Like, are you a street taco guy? Are you like. My go-to is steak with cilantro and onions. Yeah, street tacos. Okay. See, I don't like street tacos, and it's because I don't like cilantro and I don't like raw onions. So, like, my version of a taco, which I rarely eat tacos now, because it ends up becoming a burrito because I put so much on them. But like, I go all out. I go, the meat, and then you got, sour cream, salsa, black olive, guacamole, and a shit ton of cheese. When I learned that Mexicans don't use cheese, it was a game changer for me. Yeah, I mean, should look in my foodie channel. Yeah, I have a foodie channel too, but I don't. I mean, my Discord isn't that active, and it's mostly my fault. I try to be more active, but I need to start posting a lot more. Do you have the gene where cilantro tastes like soap? Is that a gene? Maybe. I don't know. It's been so long since I've had cilantro because I don't like it. But that's possible. But I don't. Yeah, I don't like cilantro. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought I heard it was, but some people say it tastes like soap. It doesn't for me. I don't know. I can't say that. I mean, because pesto is. I love pesto. But pesto can be made a few different ways with a couple different herbs. Doesn't have to be cilantro. Um, but I mean, maybe it's the raw cilantro I don't like. But no, I mean, like when I have a taco, like I said, it ended up becoming more of a burrito than a taco because I put so many toppings on it. But those are typically my go-to toppings. So I will. It'll be the meat. My go-to meat is carne asada. But then Stater Brothers has a really good marinade. They have a lemon marinade and they have a spicy lemon or marinade. I like both. But yeah, I mean it's meat, and then I do not in this particular order, but it doesn't really matter the order. But black olives, salsa, sour cream, guacamole, and a shit ton of cheese. I have a coworker with it. When we used to go to Chipotle with another guy we used to work with, he would get cilantro free rice. Yeah, I don't usually put rice on my burritos. Every once in a while I will, like at Chipotle. I usually say light on the rice, but then I add extra guacamole. But you got to be careful because they sometimes they don't pay attention and the stem gets thrown into the guacamole. This is a long bag. I mean, there were 4 bags in this. But I'm similar, like, I'm kind of the same way with salads. I don't like the fillers. Like, I don't like refried beans in my burritos. I mean, you don't typically put that on tacos, but like I said, I typically just end up having a burrito instead of a taco because I put so much crap, I need the bigger tortilla. But with salads, like, I just want the good stuff. What the hell? Oh crap. So like I don't put a whole lot of lettuce, if any, in the salad. I just pile it up with everything else. And I put like, you know, artichokes or artichoke hearts. Um, every once in a while I'll do cranberries, dried cranberries. But like artichokes, hearts of palm, a couple different kinds of cheese because I like the cheese crisps, the round cheese crisps. But then I also like shredded cheese, and then I also like blue cheese. So I'll stick all three in there if I can. And then, of course, Greek Kalamata olives, um, tomatoes, mushrooms, cucumber, bacon bits. And then there's a there's a balsamic vinaigrette that I absolutely love. There's like 5 bags of 14, which my eyes are getting really tired. So I know it's only 9:30, but I actually, no, you know what? I need to get through 4. Let me do bag 14. I was thinking about stopping, but I need to get through more of this build. Um, yeah, I'm kind of a bougie person. God, it's already 90 degrees out. That's another reason it's just hot. All right, those are all the small parts. Do whatever you feel comfortable do. Don't push it. No, I mean, I already opened these up, so we'll rock it out. I don't know. I've been waking up super early where like my issue is like I end up going to sleep at like hold on. I end up going to sleep at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Denververse. How's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. How are you been? It's been a while. Yes, it has. It's been um I'll say that. A lot of ups and downs. Um but I'm around doing good. Good. What are you building? So I am building the Bricklink Designer Program Studgate train station. Denververse, remind me, I can't remember. Are you in the US? I can't remember. Let me see if I got you on my list already. I am in the US. All right. Sweet. So you get a point. I forgot what part of the US. How is the family doing? We're doing okay. So it's I can't remember the last time we talked. Uh, but February my father-in-law passed away. Florida. Nice. Um, February my father-in-law passed away. The night we buried him, I found out my great aunt passed away, which is like she was kind of like a grandmother to me. Um, hold on. Uh, and then just recently, my wife's grandmother passed away, Rochelle. So it's been tough, but we're getting through it. You know, it is what it is. It's just kind of the that, and then my wife's grandfather actually isn't doing well now. Um, Mentally, her passing has taken a lot out of him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up passing away. But I recently lost my dad and my grandfather to a related situation or two separate individual situations. Mine were all two separate or three separate individual situations. We've had actually 5 members of our family pass away, but the other 2 were kind of extended family that we didn't really know, or family of extended family, but two separate individual. Yeah, it's rough. Oh, rough year. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it is what it is, though. So it basically breaks down to with my father-in-law. It was a roller coaster. There were times where he was doing great, and then there were times where he wasn't. With Rochelle, or with my aunt, it was like it sprung up on us, and then it was kind of one of those, she's not going to recover. And then Rochelle, that was kind of a fast one as well. She kind of got into a car accident, and then I mean, she was fine health wise, but then like mentally, she just started going down really quickly. Um, so I mean, yeah, we're here. Uh, I've been looking for work. So if your company needs a remote employee, uh, hook a brother up. Because my photography business is not kicked back up. But, I've been working on a few other things, like I said, shirts and hats uh, and all that jazz. Lurk for lunch? What are you having? Tacos? Tacos actually sound really good right now. We're having steak for dinner tonight. I don't know what we're having for lunch though. I don't think we have stuff for tacos. That sounds good, but I usually figure that out on the drive there. There's a giant retail restaurant area about 2 miles from the office. I mean, that's the thing that, I mean, when I worked for Lifetouch National School Studios, traveling from each school and all of that, that was a little difficult on me because it was never a situation where you could pack a lunch because, your lunch would sit in the car. And even if you brought it in, it just, and then a lot of times we'd go out to lunch like together as a crew. So it was like that situation of, okay, you were always eating out, which, gave an opportunity to, try different things and all that jazz. But, that takes a toll as well. Is it 2? Yeah. And then 4. See, this bag isn't that bad. I feel like I'm getting things done, so might do a couple more bags. I mean, we're doing pretty good. Matt, what'd you have for lunch? If you're still around, I can't remember if you had to head out for a little break or a meeting or something. Roasting in the phone like a stranger. You all thinking I really don't know. I cherish every part. Really love you. You love me. Oh, baby, baby, love. Something so serious about love. Me, oh, I just so long. You but no. If it's so, and you think I was tired. Scream for the
You don't know what I'm talking about. I was in school with you, I was looking at somebody else. You were looking at somebody else. I mean,
What is that? Real six fart. Chance to prove. Come back to me. Matt, did you hear my question? If not, what'd you have for lunch? Trying to figure out what I want for lunch. You don't really have a whole lot there, but as far as lunch stuff. Somebody tell me. One of the best emotes ever. That's what you had for lunch? One of the best emotes forever? Or ever? That's cool. You can see it in my Discord on the foodie channel. It was yummy. Quesadilla. Ooh. Was it like a meat quesadilla or let me see. I there is no foodie section that I can see. on your Discord. I'm currently on your Discord, and I see announcements, who's streaming, Matt's YouTube, Tangia redeems, Throne, Twitch followers, BB stream clips, welcome. In the river section, it says, welcome, the Otter Lair, Brooksville City Work, Matt's Brook Builds, share your Lego, promo yourself, your hauls, other hobbies, PBJ deals, rumors and leaks, and that's it. Oh, you might have to go and follow that channel. Go up to channels and roles. Channels and roles. Okay. Oh, see yeah, so okay, hold on. So yeah, I don't see the pond at all. So now I can click that. Brickworld Chicago. Okay, yeah, I didn't see the pond at all. Foodie and life. That does look good. There's probably a couple you don't have checked because I think I added them before I made larger updates to what's available. What's all over the chips? Is that like seasoned salt? That does look good. Some sort of seasoning. Girl, it does look good. I could do a quesadilla, but I need, see, like for a quesadilla, I want my guac. And I don't think we have salsa either. Oh, why is this turning? Oh, is it? See, like my facial recognition. See, up here, it's not registering for some reason. Like, Matt, have you been to Red Robin? Like, I don't know if Red Robin is in New York. Matty boy. The bricks are calling. Oh, did I miss a step? Hold on. Yep. All right. Ah. The pizza was sitting for a while. Oh, that sucks. Had build up grease and what do you like on your pizza? See, I'm kind of the same. Like with all the other stuff, I like a ton of toppings. So it's like, give me a solid supreme. If I go to like a Pieology or something and make my own, I actually typically will go with a mushroom pepperoni and artichoke. But typically I just kind of stick with a supreme. Just say, it's the one and only time that like I'm okay with onions on a pizza. Because they're cooked, but not really. Like, but what kind of pizza did you have? Or did you end up skipping it and pick something else? Seems like you wanted pizza, but maybe didn't have it because it was sitting out for a long time. Was it like a Sapporo or something like that? Just sausage today. They were out of sausage and bacon today. That sucks. Yeah, see, I'm all about toppings. I love toppings. We used to go to this place in Laguna that's right on the corner, and they would have it's like a 4 mushroom, because I love mushrooms. It's called Emo's St. Louis chain. Okay. Very thin crust. Okay. Like a saltine cracker type, if not thinner. My wife gets those from time to time. And they're good. A friend of mine who didn't grow up here always called Emo's cracker pizza. My favorite pizza is a garlic parm sauce with chicken, onion, bacon, and spinach with feta. Ooh, that sounds good. Other than the everything pizza. That does sound good. Yes, there's a place not far from here. It's in Wrightwood called Mile High Pizza. And they have like, it's basic. I can't remember what they call it, but it's like a trash truck pizza where it's like everything. I mean, there's pine nuts and all this other stuff in there. And You can't eat it like a pizza. You have to fork and knife it. But I mean, like, it has like chicken, sausage, ground beef, like Canadian bacon, bacon bits, and then like all of the, red bell pepper, or sorry, not red bell pepper, green bell pepper, mushrooms, artichokes. I mean, it's got like 25 to 30 different toppings on it. Pepperoni, salami. See, now I really want pizza. But we're going out for steak, and we're going to Outback, or not Outback, Black Angus. And actually, Black Angus has a deal right now where it's like all you can eat steak. And it's New York strip. So I'm probably going to do that because I love me some steak. I had one like that when I was down at an island. It was called the Kitchen Sink. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. I'm sure Matt ears perked up at the mention of Outback. Is that his favorite place? I think Matt might be in a meeting. I was trying to ask him about his quesadilla chips, because there's a seasoning on the chips, and it almost looks like the Red Robin seasoned salt. Oh, their bloomin' onion is so good. Oh, hell yeah, it is. But no, if you didn't hear earlier, my daughter's birthday is today. So she chose Black Angus for dinner. All right, so that's moving to the side. So that is why we're splurging and going out. We've splurged quite a bit because of everything going on. He's sad that the one by him shut down several months ago. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of them aren't doing that well because they're just not. People aren't going to them anymore because they're so expensive. I was incurring his wrath by posting pics of them on the work trip I was on a couple weeks ago. They were all over Tennessee and North Carolina. Okay. See, here in California, we have a lot of those, but then we also have a lot of. I like to call them mom and pops because, like, I only see like one or two in places. I mean, they could be like national chains, and I just don't know it. But, I mean, we have a lot of restaurants here in Southern California. I mean, it's like you want a steak. Now you go to like Texas Roadhouse, or like something like that. And you can order a 64-ounce steak if you want. I've done it, but I didn't eat it all in one sitting. I didn't even eat half. I took most of it home. It's like turkey, it's like Thanksgiving. Turkey sandwiches after the fact are always amazing. For me, it's like steak sandwiches. You bring the steak home, and oh yeah. I was talking to my buddy who came into my office. So, Matt, real quick before I forget, my question to you was the seasoning on the chips. Was it like you? Do you have a Red Robin? Is it similar to like the Red Robin seasoning on the fries? And yeah, we were talking about you because unfortunately you had a death in the family. In that the Outback closed near you. I think it is. I think it looks like it. See, Red Robin sounds really good right now. I'll get like their black and blue burger and then like have them load up on the fries with the campfire sauce. Oh, which to me just I don't know why it's called campfire sauce. It just tastes like the barbecue seasoning that they put on Lay's potato chips. Yes, it was very sad time last year. Well, Matt, this is what I promise you. If you ever come out to California and Outback is still around, I'll take you to Outback, my treat. So if you want Outback, get your ass out here. Oh, I need 2 of those? Did it tell me I needed 2 of those? Oh, yes, it did. Have you know my stepfather also misses Outback? If you come out with your stepfather, sorry, buddy, I'm not going to treat both of you. But if you come out to Southern California and we meet up, and Outback is still around, my treat, I will treat you to Outback. What do you get at Outback? We talked about the blooming onion. Are you like a surf and turf guy? Like, what is your go-to meal at Outback? And if this is triggering for you, please let me know. We'll stop talking about it. Or you can come to Chicago Brick World next year and we go down the road and get it there. Well, if I come out to Brick World Chicago, you're buying me dinner. Shit. Because in order for me to get out to Brick World Chicago, I'm going to be broke financially. Probably cost me a third mortgage. No, I don't have a second one, so jerk, lol. It's not that horrible. NGL, the wings I had at the Outback in Knoxville were pretty damn good. Oh, NGL, is that not going to lie? I definitely won't have the money to do that. See, like when people take me out to dinner, I'm not bougie. Like if they want to just treat me to In-N-Out, I'm good. I mean, the other is nice, but it's not necessary. No other place has that dish. Oh, look up Outback Alice Springs chicken, though, and you'll see what I always get. Okay, let me finish this right here, and then I will look that shit up. Let's see what Matt gets. Outback. All right, so this is what you get. See, like, this looks really good. Can you see my cursor? This looks really good. That looks really good. This doesn't look good at all. I mean, it looks like they slapped on, like, shitty American cheese instead of cheddar. This doesn't look too bad. I mean, I guess it's the way that the chef prepares it or whatever. But yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Oh, sorry, bad timing. Ads, be right back. Oh, shit. Did you see it? It's just that my wings, a Caesar salad, baked potato, and drink cost me like $40 that night. That's getting up there for what wasn't that huge of a meal. And that's the bad part. So this is what I was saying. So this looks really good. Oh, you can't see it. This looks really good. This looks like shit. This looks really good. Like, a lot of the others look really good, but this one right here, that looks like shit. That looks boring as fuck. If that was put in front of me, I'm like, this looks like shit. I don't want this. But if this was put in front of me, I'm like, I'm getting down on that. There's a copycat things people have shared. Well, I mean, even like this looks different. That looks good. I mean, even that doesn't look too bad. That looks pretty good. But I mean, yeah, this just looks like shit. On the page is pretty much it. Okay. Yeah, that looked really good. I'll grab a steak, but their steaks aren't like, they're not that great. That's why I think of a lot of them aren't doing all that well. Is like, they're known for their blooming onion, right? But it's kind of bad if you're only known for the appetizer. You know what I mean? Like, that's not necessarily a good thing if you're known for your appetizer and not your main meal. Like, I really don't think that's a good thing. But I think there's, like, here in Southern California, there's so many restaurants that are offering pretty much kind of the same thing, it's just kind of one of those where it's like, well, you can go somewhere else for a better portion, for better everything. They grill the chicken breast and they season it with some kind of spices that I think include cumin base, like what taco seasoning has. Then top with bacon and mushroom and Colby Jack. See, that did, well, yeah, I guess it did look like Colby Jack. Then you dip it in honey mustard. See, I'm not a honey mustard fan. Like how I always get wings when I go there. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm seeing this now. Okay. I'm like, I'm not seeing that. And different places make honey mustard very differently too. Yeah. All right. 10:30. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call that. It's now 95 degrees, so it's real hot in here. And my eyes are I am on bag 15. I got quite a bit done. I started on bag 12 and we got through bag 15 and we got through some of the bigger bags. I mean, I think bag 14 had 4 bags. Bag 13 had 3. So, I mean, it's hot all over the place, apparently. Yeah, we're supposed to have a cooling trend, but it doesn't feel like it. I used to be the guy who always got chicken strips and always had to request barbecue instead of honey mustard. Don't know why honey mustard became the universal dipping sauce at restaurants. Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, as a kid, when I got chicken nuggets at like McDonald's, it was always barbecue. And then all of a sudden, I wasn't too keen on barbecue. I've never been a ranch guy. I love blue cheese. So my go-to is blue cheese, especially if I'm doing like mild hot wings. Oh, or any kind of hot wings, period. These nuggets are best with their barbecue, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, and then I got into the sweet and sour for a little bit. So I can't stand blue cheese. Same barbecue as a kid until I worked there. Now I get sweet and sour at Mickey D's. Oh, I don't know. So Mickey D's brought back the snack wrap. And that's the only ranch that I like is when it's on that snack wrap. The problem that I have, though, is they don't like spread the ranch over the chicken nugget or chicken tender. It's just, it's all at the bottom. So it's like those last couple bites is nothing but just tortilla and ranch dressing. And that I don't like. But yeah, McDonald's came back out with the chicken snack wraps. It's like bacon ranch chicken snack wrap or something like that. They're doing meals now, and it's I love those. I love those. All right, so we got quite a bit done. I mean, we got this whole Sorry, my cup's in the way. We got this whole section right here done, plus a little bit on the build itself. Now, I don't know. I'm probably not going to post pictures on Instagram of this because it doesn't really look like anything. But I did last night. I did post pictures of the Chinatown mock. So if you haven't seen that, go to my Instagram, check those out. Because I really, and it's part one of the Chinatown mock. But I really like how it turned out. But we might finish up this build next week because we're. Oh well, no, it's going to be 2 more weeks because there's 24 bags with not including multiple bags. But yeah, so that'll do it, guys. We got through quite a bit. I mean, we got through bag 12, 13, 14, 15, and we're on 15. So we got through 3 numbered bags. Each one of those had between 2 and 4 bags. I think most of them had either 3 or 4 bags. So we got through quite a bit, even though the numbers don't add up all that fast. I mean, it was still a lot of bags per number. All right, so let's see. Who do we want to raid into? So Matt picked last time. Matt, so Dave. Hey, Scat! We're actually just about to raid out, buddy. I apologize. Hope you are doing well. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Hello there. Who do we want to raid to? I raided to Brick and Nick last time, and he's on right now. Scotty Rotten, go back to bed. But I'm gonna let Dave pick. Been lurking, figured I'd better chat before you raided. Lego with Fonzie. I will take a look at him, but Dave, do you have a preference? I'm gonna. You've been slept 11 hours last night. Scotty's vote is Fonzie. Dave, what is your vote? I would say let's go to Lady Mac Brick. Let's see. Gotta love going into. I've got ads right when I go in. I have no vote. Is Good Peeps. Her camera's buffering. There's a big lag on her camera. She should, not on her build camera, but on her face camera.
It works even with 2 or 3 people.
You're right about that. I just noticed. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid into her. Let's see some new people. Don't know who she is, so we'll give her a follow at first, and then we will raid into her. There she is right there. All right, so we will go ahead and raid into her and check out what she's got going on. So hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for being here. check out my Instagram. I'm posting, you know, a lot of the mocks that I'm rocking out and finishing up. You guys will be proud of me because I've finished up. I think I'm on my 4th mock now, finishing up my 4th mock. So that's pretty exciting. So yeah, so let's go and raid on over to her, show the love, get those emotes out, have some fun, and we will see you next time on 36 Brix.